Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Reading Between the Lines. I am your host, the Water Dog, and today I'm going to be introducing my brand new series, which I call the 4-Pack, where I'm going to be talking about 4 specific cards that I'm currently using in decks that I think that you can be using in your decks. But before I do that, do me the kind favor, man. Please hit up my sponsor, which is KGS Cards. KGS Cards, man, is my go-to spot right there, brother. If I need VTES product, it is KGS Cards that I go to. And I'm a player, I'm a brick and mortar store owner, and I use their service, and it's such a great service. And right now, if you go to their website and you make yourself an order, you can get yourself a 3rd tradition progeny and a 4th tradition accounting promos. For more information, go to www.kgs-cards.com. That's www.kgs-cards.com. Tell them the Water Dog sent you. All right, so let's do it to it, man. 4-pack, 4 cards that I'm currently playing with. And so we're going to get things kick-started right away with the first card for today's episode, which is going to be Brick Lane. Brick Lane is a Potence card. Now, at the inferior, it's a direct burn a haven on an ally or a younger vampire, or lock an ally or a younger vampire. And then at the superior, as above, and inflict 1 damage on that minion. Now, when you are in the world of the South, down here at the Gulf Coast Roast, you're playing combat, and you're going to have a combat deck. And one of the things that some people try to do to preserve their vampires is they put secure havens on their vampires, okay? And so being able to still get to those vampires, is important. And so, hey, Brick Lane, burn a haven, At worst, you can lock down a minion, okay? And then at worst, you can do 1 damage to a minion, okay? So you can get rid of the haven, or you can lock down a minion, or you can do a damage to a minion. It is all good stuff right there. So especially if you're playing a combat rush deck and you've got to be able to get past that secure haven, Brick Lane is a way to do that. So if I'm playing a combat rush deck and I've got Potence, putting 1 or 2 of those cards in that deck is just not a bad idea. So sticking a few, could be helpful. So check it out. Do a little Brick Lane. The second card for us today is a card that it's got the 2 abilities. It's Clotho's Gift. It's got Obfuscate and it's got Temporis. And let's kind of look at it, because really what we're going to look at it is just for the Obfuscate ability only. Because a lot of times you're not going to be playing True Bruja, which is really the only clan that plays Temporis. But there's a lot of decks that play Obfuscate. And you know what? This inferior ability is really, really good. At +1 stealth action, with Obfuscate, move the top card from your crypt to your uncontrolled region. So it is a way to maneuver your crypt to get more vampires. So if you're playing a weenie deck, low cap vampires, or if you're needing a way to dig for vampires, sticking a few of these Clotho's Gifts into your deck is a good idea. It's just a way to help cycle cards. And anytime you can cycle cards, that's good for you, okay? And so I like Clotho's Gift. Just a simple inferior Obfuscate will get the job done. Works really well, so there you go. Third card here on the hit parade is one of my all-time favorites, man. It's Horseshoes. Now, this is a card I've talked about before. I'll continue to talk about this one because, man, just the ability to do damage to another vampire is just really, really good. What's good about Horseshoes, not only you can do it to a vampire, you can do it to a minion. So here we go. At the inferior, it's direct inflict 1 unpreventable damage on a ready minion, which means they can't stop it. Even if the action's successful, they're going to take the 1. At the superior, it's going to be for 2. 2 is what you're really looking for, because a lot of times you're going to see vampires hanging on by that 1 blood, and all of a sudden, they're in torpor. At worst, if they got a couple of blood, you've got them hunting. But I always, this card's really great mid to late game. Mid to late game, when you are just, you've been pounding vampires, and all of a sudden, you need a vampire to just go to torpor. There you go. Because a lot of vampires end up, because of Valen and actions that they're taking and this, that, and the other, that they play, especially mid to late game, these vampires are playing with 1 to 2 blood on them. And so Horseshoes is a way to kind of solve that problem for you to get rid of a vampire and, at least put them into torpor. So I love horseshoes. It's a really good action card. And if you're playing potents, there you go. All right, last one of the day. I saved what I think is the best for last because I am a man of the paw and I love Shepherd's Innocence, okay? And Shepherd's Innocence is a +1 stealth action. Now, at the inferior animalism, it's a direct action. You can take control of a card in play that requires animalism. If it is an equipment or retainer card, place it on any vampire you control. That's the inferior. At the superior, take control of all cards in play that require animalism and place the equipment and retainer cards on any vampires you control. Now, man, somebody's sitting there, they're playing their Samisi, or they're playing their Ravnos, or they're playing their Gangrel, and they've put retainers, they're going to put a Raven Spy out there, okay? Look, you get to take them. You get to take them. Sticking 1 to 2 Shepherd's Innocence, and I would say if you're always playing an animalism heavy deck, just stick 1, because if you get that action off and you can then take all of those retainers and allies and stuff like that that's been put into play with animalism, that's just good for you. Good for you. Just play 1. Trust me, just play 1. It's gonna happen for you at some point. It's just a really good card, and it's a good way to take control of the board. And especially, like I said, when you're talking about the Raven Spies and you now get all that intercept. You get it all. So there you go. That's today's 4-pack, brother. Man, I appreciate you watching, man. This has been the Water Dog. Y'all take care.
Whoa, you watched the whole video? Hey, thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. If you like what you've been seeing, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Y'all take care.